this fuse block. This is for the depth finder and the front accessory plug, which is not even hooked up yet. So the switch panel came with these little labels to mark which, what the switch is for. We got the bilge pump labeled, I think. We'll go with alien light for the interior lights. I think that's a good one to use. We got a Sasquatch and everything. Sweet. Now we need the navigation lights. Getting close. I have not buckled anything in yet because I have to make sure it works first. Oh, we're missing something. That's the bilge pump. I knew I'd be missing something. All right, everything's hooked up. Bilge pump works. Inside lights work. Running lights work. And the headlights. Everything works. We got one dud. All those work. Front nav lights are real bright. Alright, we got the 24 volt. We got power. Let's crank it up to 5. Shoot ya. We got our battery tray in the mail. Need to find some screws. I think I got some that'll fit. Alright, I got this thing screwed down solid. The fuse box is stuck up there with 3M adhesive. Hopefully it'll last a good while. The controls for the colored lights are stuck on with Velcro, so you can pull them off. The remote comes off. Remote's just backup because I got the app on my phone to change colors, so it's just kind of tucked back in there out of the way. This is a job for 2 hands, I think. Alright, we're legal. Alright, I got the onboard charger, ran to the front batteries and the back battery, and this plug into the wall, or the generator, which is going to sit here. Probably need to strap that down. I've got to gas this thing up. We're going to test run it. She runs. There's one. There's one. There's one.
Nice shot. Get it?
So the first run was not bad. We got a couple of hiccups, but nothing serious. First thing, the boat's a little front heavy. We do have 2 Group 29 deep cycles up front, so that's like the full weight of a person. So we're going to transfer that weight back to here, move some stuff around. We're going to have them back here. I just picked this up. It was 20 bucks for 16 foot of 6 gauge, and it's got a little voltage readout. I went to the auto parts store just to buy the plain wire, 6 gauge wire, and they were gonna charge me like over 150 bucks just for cut to length wire. So this is basically the same thing with alligator clips for a very small fraction of that cost. So that's a little tip if you need to extend your trolling motor wire. One other thing, and this was kind of my fault for not fixing it before going on the water, but we were bow fishing and ran up in some shallow water over some log jams and completely broke the transducer off. Snapped it clean off because it was mounted too low. I didn't mount it too low, but I should have fixed it before we went fishing, so that's my fault. So I'm gonna have to buy a new bracket. Hopefully they still sell them. The motor runs great, but it was not giving us full throttle. So I adjusted, I came back in here. With this Yamaha throttle control, this little panel here, those 2 screws come out and you can take it off and your cables come up here and you can twist it down or loosen it or whatever. So I adjusted that, and I also popped the cowl off and adjusted stuff in here. So we should get full throttle now. Haven't had it out to test that yet. Up front, I should have put these L brackets on this side facing that way, which I'm going to here shortly, because these do have some flex when you lean on them, some forward backward flex. So these need to be reinforced up front. Alright, since I have to move the batteries to that side of the boat, the onboard charger wires are not going to reach. We're going to move the onboard charger over to this side. So we got to get this cooler and all this junk out of the way. But the deep cycle for the trolling motor is going to go right here. Starting battery. Alright, batteries are installed. I think this is the only thing we got to tighten down is this terminal. Everything else is tightened down. Onboard charger's hooked up. Now we got to do the wires for the trolling motor. Okay, everything's hooked up. Voltage indicator doesn't work because I guess it's a 12 volt. It's meant for a 12 volt system for like jump starting a car because these are jumper cables, but everything's hooked up. We got these copper terminals on here. Onboard charger works. Everything's back to working again. Okay, I took this little thing off here. You can see it didn't like 24 volts very much. Just these 2 prongs here went right into the wire, so we're going to put some liquid electrical tape over that to keep moisture from getting in, and then other than that, it looks fine. We still got to bolt down a few spots on the front deck, but other than that, she should be ready to fish now. The main important things, I think, we've almost got them all tackled.